Okay, everybody keeps asking me, man, do one about the beef between Biggie and Junior Mafia and Buck Down and the whole boot camp clique. Look, there was no beef between Biggie and the boot camp clique. Okay? What had happened was a misunderstanding that got blown out of proportion. And let me tell you the truth behind the beef between Biggie and Junior Mafia versus O.G.C, the original gun clappers, because that's who this really was about. Top Dog out the clique had his song out, and in his verse he had, "You can be as good as the best of them, but not as bad as the worst, so don't test me." And this is right before they did the remix of Get Money. And on the hook is, "You can be as good as the best of them, or as bad as the worst, so don't test me." So it's like, oh man, dude, why he biting us? And at this time, Biggie's at the top of the game. You know, fans. These are some young dudes trying to get on. So they looked at this as, man, they were all hyper and ready to go. Like, we finna battle him, dude just bit our song and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Man, he biting us. So they ready to go into their song, and they did a video with this fake Biggie and this fake Faith Evans. And it was like, whoa. And like, still from Smith & Wesson, who was cool with the whole, you know, Biggie and everybody else, they from the same area. Still, you know, he rolled with Money XL and all of them. You know, so those was his guys. So still didn't want to get involved with it. Nobody in Smith & Wesson, you know, industry and everybody else didn't want nothing to do with it. But when you got Strange, who was part of it, he was young and he was like, dude, they coming after us. And we got to defend ourselves. And then they the youngest guys in the group. And then when you get your studio who's behind you, like, yes, this is good publicity. You know, we got producers for the videos, and hey, why don't we have a fake Biggie and a fake Faith in there, you know, and you guys are kicking them off stage. You know, so they like, you know, they young, they like, yeah. Whatever, word, let's do it. You know, they into it. They young. But it was a total lack of respect, you know, and when you do stuff like that, and here's the thing, Biggie didn't steal that from them. Biggie never even heard the song. Dude did. Because what was funny and sad at the same time is that nobody know that song didn't even come from any of them. That's Deborah Glasgow. Okay? Who happens to be Jamaican. It's reggae. Biggie is Jamaican. He's reggae. His mom has these records in the house. Most of the stuff you heard from him, it was on songs from reggae albums. Because he's Jamaican. He had that root. So that song is very popular. It's called Don't Test Me. So they're fighting over a song or a verse that nobody created. They didn't even create the verse. She did. And that's why Biggie's like, oh man, like this is stupid. But Junior Mafia is tired of them running their mouth talking about they stole from us and this and that. So they just happened to be in the studio one day. And they were doing like an interview, was like not too far down there. And they saw them cats go in there and C's and all the rest of them. They chased them right up in D&D Studios. And things went down. You know, bats was drawn and bats was swung. You know, hey, Strange ran down the street, tried to get in the cab. They busted windows out of the cab. You know, C's had to pay for that and stuff. And the dudes started calling 911. You know, I'm serious. This is what really went down up in there. And dudes got put guns to their head. Man, I'm sorry. I'm apologizing. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. So, I mean, this is what happened. They got jacked up and smacked up, and the beef was really put to a silence after that. You know, they wasn't really cool with the whole layout after that, but they were really like, you know, we need to go ahead and and call this off right now, because we kind of jumped the gun, especially once they found out that this incident killed their careers. They went after Biggie. It changed their entire lifestyle. Like, they couldn't get no play in New York, and it affected everybody, even Smith and Wesson, the boot camp clique. Most of them devils, they end up splitting up, but it affected everybody. So NYC was turning against Dug Down. So it was like, dude, it's y'all fault. So they start veering more to the West Coast than the East Coast. That's why you saw Pac like reach out to them like, yo, Smith and Wesson, y'all cool, you know, we're gonna do this One Nation now, we're gonna do. That's why the reach out was so grand, because at the time they couldn't get nothing going, because you dissed Biggie and NYC and there's conflict. That's like career suicide. You gonna do a show out there and you think people was gonna support you when he got the clubs rocking, he got the DJs rocking? No. But luckily, everything was put to taken care of and squashed, and that's it. I'm out.